Oh, hi! This week, I'm in full-on con crunch mode, y'all. So when this comes out, I'll be a week away from Granite State Comicon starting. So if you see this and you want to come hang, it's in Manchester, New Hampshire from September 16th to the 18th. And I will be at Artist Alley Table E06. Okay, I am in a state both because I'm about a week out from convention and also because I have ridiculously awful cramps and my head and entire abdominal region just feels like death. So apologies, it's a little lower energy, trying to chill. This will be like a pretty quick thing because I want to do a little unboxing because I got a Stickermule box. I've got something I'm so excited about. I'm not gonna cry, but I feel like maybe I might cry a little bit. And I will also give my thoughts on Stickermule products because I have some of those. So if you're interested and you've ever ordered stuff for gifts or whatever, I have made a bunch of different designs, and also with the help of my dear friend Sandwich. I have gone through them to make a bunch of different things for Patreon gifts, where I actually don't know that I've ever tried selling any of this stuff. So this convention is going to be my first time doing that, and these items in particular, which I only got 10 of because they were running a special, and that is one of the upsides of Stickermules. They do run a lot of specials. This is not sponsored or anything because some of my thoughts will not be super kind, but obviously it's not so bad that I'm not going to order from them anymore. And it so depends on what the thing is you're getting made, but they are super helpful with their customer service. I ordered a bunch of stuff yesterday and kind of had the graphic design person do like a bunch of work. Like I submitted one basic design and asked them to swap a bunch of colors around to get different versions of it, because when I was trying to do it on my end, I couldn't get the lines to be clean, and like I don't know how to do that shit. Thankfully it was a non-issue and they were very helpful, so like on that end I think they have really good customer service. But yeah, we can talk about some of my other thoughts afterwards. So here, I'm so excited. Oh, they came out so good. Oh no, I am gonna cry. Oh no. Okay, I keep getting interrupted, so I'm a little frazzled, but not me welling up about these. Oh my god, y'all. I'm so proud of myself. I don't have much confidence in my drawing abilities, basically, where, listen, this was not complicated to draw. It was just making a bunch of lines and then doing the color fills, but that was a lot of fun, and I kind of want to do more things like that. Because it also is obvious what it's referencing. If you're familiar with Our Flag Means Death, there's multiple things going on that I'm prepping for my table that are gay pirate show themed. So brace yourselves. Next week's video will be the thing I'm working on behind me. That was going to be this week's video, where this seems a little easier to kind of keep short. It's also stuff I wasn't going to wait to mess with because I was too excited to open these, obviously. So these little keychains just pop off of here, which I like because there's a plastic coating on here that you can kind of see that's making it look kind of matte and having this bubbling here. It's just a protective thing for these, and it is kind of a pain in the ass to get off, but so satisfying to get it all in one go. Ready? Ready for the noise? Oh, so good. And yeah, now you can see the full shine. Every once in a while they get kind of like chippy borders happening, so yeah, there's like a little mess up down here, and I don't know why that happens, but there's what I'll call like B grades or seconds. Like these are the ones I end up keeping for myself. If someone comes by, sees the keychain and really wants it but doesn't have enough to pay for the full price of it, I'm gonna sell them for $8 each, because I have a bunch of keychain bags that I'm also selling for $8 each, or 2 for $15, and I want to keep it all cohesive. But yeah, then I'll have like an option for someone where I would take someone up on that offer too, but I don't want to like be sneaky about the fact that there's little imperfections on some of these. The other reason why I like taking this off of here is because one of my frustrations with Stickermule acrylic things, and I wish I still had my first keychain so I could show you what happened to it, but I had these deep in the cheese keychains that my lovely friend Sandwich designed for me. I didn't realize this at the time because I just assumed better of the product, because the one I had I kept on my key ring. You know, it's gonna get banged up and stuff, but these are sold as keychains, so it's meant to go on your keys. But the backing started coming off and you could see through, because like the artwork is only on this very underside and then it's like 1/8 of an inch thick plastic on top. So like the front is protected, sure, but it's just kind of printed on here and there's nothing over it. So since that first batch, every time I've gotten anything like this, any acrylic anything from them, I go over it with some clear nail polish and do like a decent coat so that it actually hardens and protects it. So that is the extra prep I have to do to these before I'm willing to put them out into the world. So I'll be doing this as soon as I'm done filming. So it's not the end of the world. It dries pretty quick. Like I'm gonna do these and then I have to go do a shift for the brewery working the farmer's market this afternoon. And by the time I get back, these will have well been fully dried and I'll be able to package them up and put them in their little separate bag. So yeah, I think, as I said, I'll keep this one, but I still wanna do the protective layer. And doing that coating without the keychain on just means like this isn't gonna get stuck on here because I really layer the clear nail polish on. But yeah, I have learned they just come off of there. Those are my thoughts about their keychains, acrylic charms. I assume the acrylic charms are, it's the same material, just not with the hardware, and maybe the hole is in a different spot. I did order some acrylic charms in a smaller size. I think this is 2 inches at its widest, where the ones that I got as charms are 1 by 1 inch at most. As I said, I've been making keychain bags, so I have plenty of the hardware. I have some options. I'm gonna see how I'm feeling. Also, I'm gonna bring all of the findings and tools to change stuff out between earrings and necklaces and keychains, so that if someone wants 2 necklaces and I only have 1 pair of earrings left, then I can swap all that out and still give them what they're looking for. So I will be offering that option. There are a handful of things that I'm gonna offer customization for at the table because it's swappable things. Like that's kind of the fun of doing mostly handmade things. Like, yes, I outsourced the charms for these. I do plan to start making new batches of jewelry with my shrink plastic and the Cricut because it's been years since I've actually made any of those, but there's things I want to test run that I just do not have the time for, and I cannot tell you the relief I felt yesterday when it dawned on me that I could order some designs. Like I got little round charms of the lighthouse, so it's like a circle around here. It'll just be nice to have a way to customize things. Like I've done it at a handful of events before where someone wanted a set of earrings, but it was mounted on a necklace, so it was just a matter of swapping out a couple things, and it doesn't take very long. So even if someone like goes and then comes back, I'm also offering customization on some fleece hats and some batwing cardigans that I made. I made 10 cardigans and 13 hats in 2 days. I forgot I kind of had this like turbo mode in me still. Haven't exactly been doing a lot of events since 2019. Oh yeah, like in addition to making all of those things, I also prepped this stack of dice bags and I'm making more dice bags behind me. Things are happening and I was getting really panicky about making the rest of the bag stuff I wanted to make because like garments are done. That whole part of my inventory is built. Don't have to think about it anymore because I was starting to get stressed because I knew it was going to take time to make the cardigans in particular, but my goodness, the victory lap I did as soon as I finished those last 2, it was a good feeling. But I knew genuinely I wouldn't be able to manage jewelry stuff, making them all from scratch and mounting it. Like the process involved in making Cricut jewelry, it is so much time. And when I make a batch of stuff, there's a percentage of it that doesn't make it to the end because it gets ruined during the shrinking process or the cutting process. And I knew I wasn't going to have like the heart to handle that. I'm just going to do a count to make sure I have all of the ones that I ordered. 9, 10. Sometimes when I order stickers, they send some extra ones, and I will say their stickers are wonderful quality, but it is expensive per unit. I really, really like them, and of course I have no idea where my stickers are right now, but they're nice and thick, they're waterproof, probably worth the money, I guess, but I feel like there's got to be better options, and I assume that's why they're able to offer the deals that they do because they make up for it in other places like a restaurant. It's the drinks that they make all of their money on and not necessarily the food, that kind of thing. Like I think the stickers is where they kind of compensate for other things. But again, it's not like the acrylics are spectacular quality. And you know what I'm realizing? I have complained in the past about their corners being really sharp, and they have definitely started rounding it just enough that it's not gonna stab you, because I've had that problem before where it was like sharp and I felt like I was going to hurt myself with it. So that's cool that they also listen to people. Again, customer service is really good. Another thing I've ordered is this packing tape. The thing is, I rarely send out boxes and this stuff does not stick to the poly mailers that I send out. So I don't often have occasions to use it. Also, I have some keychains that will eventually be Patreon gifts. Spoiler alert, sorry that I have put that clear coat of nail polish on the back. I don't know if you can really tell the difference. I can when I'm looking at it close up, and I have had a nail polish coated keychain for a long time now, and that one has held up, where the one that I didn't coat is the one that got all fucked up. There was, oh, I remember, their pins. Their pins was the other thing I was gonna comment on, which I have my frustrations with because, you know, same acrylic situation, 8-inch thick, not 8-inch thick, 1/8 of an inch thick. The design on the back, I still put a clear coat on these just in case, but sometimes these just come off. I don't know what glue they're using for it, and they're also not always center. Of course, I took this off before you saw where it was on this guy, where this one has been like coming up at the side for a little bit. So I specifically set it aside to show you that. Some have just arrived like that before, but you know, they do come with the rubber stoppers, which is nice because I hate the metal ones. I mostly hate the sound of them. Oh my God. But yeah, those are my thoughts on these guys. Is I would not order their pins again, but charms, especially to try out for jewelry, I'm pretty confident it's going to work out pretty well. The only thing I might do is add a coat of the Dimensional Magic Mod Podge. This stuff right here, that's basically like an epoxy. I think it'll give that nice layer on top. I'm going to play around with it just for like my own sets that I'm going to be keeping and see how I like it. My only worry is like the surface of these, once you peel the plastic off, is so smooth. I don't know if this is going to stay. And I don't want to like rough up the surface and then put this over, because then you're going to see all the scratches that are on there. So I'll play around with it and see what I come up with. So yeah, that's my little unboxing. I do have another set of stickers on the way, and as you may be hearing my stomach growling, it is time for me to go eat lunch. But before I go, obviously you've heard me mention them multiple times, but I could not do any of this stuff without everybody over on Patreon. Because of y'all, I'm able to have some funds to play around with this type of stuff and see how it goes and test out designs and take the time to work on these things. And yeah, like I said, if you're in the New England area and are able to come to Manchester next weekend, the 16th and 17th and 18th of September, I would love to see you. And I'm a healthy amount of nervous. I'm not full sheer panic, even though we're less than 10 days out. Oh God, though, I will probably perish before I ever have an event where I feel like I have done everything I could have and couldn't have done more. I'm always going to feel like I could have done more, because that's just how my brain is. But yeah, thank you all for joining me, and I will see you in person at GraniteCon or back here next Friday with another video. Thank you so much for hanging out. I don't know, here's me stitching, and we're done.